Hey everybody, welcome to the Alabama Auburn Show. Jeff Underwood, J.W. White. What's up, man?
Go Irish!
Go!
What kind of show is this?
Telling on the man.
You know what yesterday was? You know what yesterday was?
It was church day.
Boss Day. I saw Jenny Thrasher and Trent Thrasher. Their employees just loved on them.
Come on.
Cards, food.
They throw them a cookout.
Celebrated them. You know Trent was eating. Just like we were eating Jenny's chili.
Yeah, we get
Tuesday. We got so it was Happy Boss Day.
Happy Boss Day, Trent.
So be sure to tell your mom Happy Boss Day, Jeff.
Hey, we want to say thank you to Fully Loaded for bringing you this show.
Yeah.
Pierce & Pierce Attorneys at Law, Sheriff Jonathan Horton, the city of Rainbow City. We're going to put them in there anyway, just because that's who they are. Lil Burton's.
You say Lil.
Going up there and get that Hunt Brothers Pizza. And if you don't want Hunt Brothers Pizza, go to that little hot bar over there and get you some chicken fingers, get you some tater wedges, get you a chicken sandwich, whatever you want.
And their salads.
It's all good. Yeah, you saw that.
Yeah, I said,
all
Jamie
good.
Grant's going on here. That's
And Trent
awesome.
Thrasher Construction, as you mentioned in the program. So thank you guys for bringing this show to everybody. Alabama.
It is Alabama Auburn Day. Always great to talk about stuff we got going on. And Auburn's they're in a pickle, Jeff. They're in a pickle.
Yeah, I saw this morning where Albie has entered the transfer portal.
Get it. They're 2-4 right now in the season, and they head to 19th ranked Missouri.
Bro, thoughts on the game?
I think Auburn wins.
You think they win?
I think Missouri's overrated, like I preached all season.
You have said that.
I did pick Missouri to get beat last week.
It happened.
Or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was.
It's whenever they lost.
They got destroyed. I called it. Thank you. My two picks last week, live on the show, the two upsets, both came to fruition. LSU over Ole Miss, and of course Ohio State going down to the Ducks. Quack freaking crack. Quack crack.
Or quack crack.
Crack crack.
I like quack.
Scott Coley. What's up, Chip Man?
Chip Man.
I think you're a poser. You are a hydration specialist.
Does he really have a chip company?
He's a hydration specialist because he be taking care of them kids, man.
Maybe he needs to purchase that water company.
But he don't be chipping me, and I
He'll be chipping in.
I ain't got a chip. I ain't got a cracker. I ain't got a crumb. I still love him. But.
What do you think is the cause of Auburn being so? I don't even know. It just, I don't know.
Poor quarterback play, plain and simple. I think they have some athletes. I think we have to keep in mind that this is still Hugh Freeze's second year into a program.
True.
Still getting people in place. I think he's got some talented kids. I think the Auburn fan base thought they were going to win a national championship. I think a lot of pressure put on.
Sure.
You can't depend on freshmen to win national championships. You can't. Ryan Williams can't do it by himself.
Oh.
He didn't have a great game last week. And that's the best freshman in the country, in my opinion. And the wide receiver from Ohio State, dang good himself. So I think that Auburn put a lot of pressure on themselves. And you Auburn people can certainly chime in here. What is going to be a successful season for you guys? What makes it success this year? Making a bowl game? Right now, just getting bowl eligible.
Yeah.
Your schedule is pretty tough, right? It's pretty tough, but I do think you find a way to beat Missouri.
Well, I certainly hope so. I don't know. Alabama has got off to a squeaky, shaky start, even though they've won. They lost a game which you said, I think it was you that said probably could be one of the biggest victories in college football in quite a minute.
I think so.
Alabama just looked pitiful. They couldn't hang on to the ball. They couldn't execute. No time for Jalen Milroe to do anything. He likes to use his legs, but then he took the sack a lot.
Well, they kept the ball away as well.
That is true.
So time of possession
management,
was crazy. So, but
I mean, the dude, he what does he average over 11 yards per throw? He's got 12 touchdowns. I mean, he's got just 2 picks, but he's got 11 or 12 rushing touchdowns in 6 games. So, I mean, he's playing lights out. Alabama is just What do you think Georgia showed? You mentioned that. You said Georgia showed the country how to beat Alabama.
They gave them the roadmap. You keep the ball away from him, you run the football, and you make Milroe do certain things. You make him throw the football to beat you. You contain him. When he's running wild, man, he's tough to beat. And now that he runs to throw the football, he's very, very dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Think Lamar Jackson in the NFL, right? He runs a little Josh Allen. He runs and to throw the football now. And very, very dangerous. But make them run the ball. Keep the ball away from them, and you run the ball at them.
Yeah.
The defense is suspect way more than the offense.
Why do you think it is that the underneath throw has been there for the opponents of Alabama all year long?
The defense, I think, is playing the game to not. They're going to give up the dink and dunk. We're not going to go deep. You're not going to let you go deep, and they're picking and choosing, and they chose to let them go deep.
Well, I don't think it gets a whole lot easier. I mean, they're going into freaking Neyland Stadium.
Oh, is this the third Saturday in October?
Yeah, man. Tennessee.
Hey, Daniel, I also just said that. I too think Auburn is going to beat Missouri. I think they've been overrated all year. I think last year's Missouri team is not the same as this year's. But Auburn is 0-3 in the conference, and I worry about them making a bowl game even. Let's look at it. They got Missouri, which I think they win. Then you have a very up and down. You're at Missouri. You're at Kentucky. Who knows what you get with Kentucky?
Yeah.
You don't know. Then you get Vanderbilt at home. They've proven they can beat anybody. Yep. They got UL Monroe. That'd be an early kick, I'm sure. Then you have Texas A&M at home. I don't think you're going to beat A&M. Then you're at Alabama.
Yikers.
The question is, does Auburn make a bowl game? Hey, Trent Thrasher, thanks for watching. We just gave you love for you're always the boss. Happy Bosses Day, Trent.
Thanks for sponsoring the shows, buddy. Appreciate it.
He's a dude, isn't he?
He is a dude. Yep,
and so, what do you guys think? Will Auburn make a bowl? Will they make a bowl game? So they have 2 victories, right? So if they beat Missouri, that's 3. If they beat Louisiana Monroe, that's 4. And so you have to get 2 more victories from. Do they win 2 games of the 4? Kentucky, Vandy, Texas A&M, Alabama.
Yes.
You said they're going to beat Vandy. They're going to beat Kentucky.
No.
They're going to beat Texas A&M.
No. Who else? You said,
and Alabama.
Who else do they play? Oh, of those 4?
Yeah.
Oh,
you got to win 2 of those 4.
I don't know.
Because I think they beat Missouri. I think they beat UL Monroe.
Yeah. Depends on what Kentucky's team shows up. They're schizophrenic. They'll beat your brains out, and then they just
they're
let you walk
3-3
all
overall.
over.
Only 1-3 in the SEC.
Vandy
probably
maybe?
finds a way.
Vandy? Are they so high? When is that? In 3 weeks? Vandy's 3 weeks?
Yeah, they're November 2nd.
I don't know.
And Vandy's won a game since the Bama game.
I don't know.
So they're off the high of the Bama game.
Yeah, they'll win 2 of the 6.
Well, that means they're out of the playoff. I mean, they're out of bowl contention. So again, no one would have probably suspected. That's my wife again. Thanks for watching the show, dear. That the leader of the SEC right now,
A&M,
Texas A&M, 3-0,
right?
5-1 overall. The only team to beat them was Notre Dame, the very first game of the season. Are they the best team? I don't think so.
I don't know. Texas is.
I think Texas
boss.
is probably the best team.
And they're 2, right?
They're 2-0. LSU's 2-0. Georgia's 3-1, which is unbelievable.
That's crazy, isn't it? Then it's Alabama, then Vandy right there on their heels. I mean, that's
Vandy and Alabama and Tennessee. Ooh, it's going to be a lot of shakeup in the SEC.
Yep.
Let's see. Bama's going to have to play like they did the first half of Georgia. They will beat a dub in hostile Neyland Stadium. Man, Daniel, you bring a good point up, and I'm sure Jeff's going to talk about this. Playing in Tennessee, that stadium, on the water, it's just different. It's loud. You can't hardly get to the stadium because of the construction. There's always construction going on in Knoxville. Yep. It is going to be wild. Scott says they beat Missouri, ULM, and that'd be it. So he's saying no bowl game for the Tigers.
Well,
just like the amount of chips he brought you. None.
zero.
Not a chip.
Zero. Well, Alabama doesn't have it any easier. I mean, they got Tennessee, they got Missouri, LSU, Mercer. That's who knows. Then you got Oklahoma and Auburn. So I mean, Alabama's got to get their crap together. I listen to the coaches show when I leave church on Wednesday nights, and he had a caller that called in, and I appreciate it. I don't think these callers call in and they talk like that to save him, but they did. The coach and DeBoer, and so he said, "Look, I'm worried. Your defense seemingly has some holes in it,
sure,
and they're a little soft up front." Which I thought, wow, pretty good. What are you going to do? And he said, "Look, this is why we enjoy as a coach sometimes to have these types of games, so we can see where we're weak for down the road,
sure,
so we can put into place the personnel." The schemes, the things that we need to do to make the improvements for this upcoming week, like we're coming right here with Tennessee. So I guess if you're a good coach, right, or have good coaches, good staff, and you're good players, you make good adjustments. And so we'll see what happens at 2:30 in Tennessee there. In
ABC game?
Yeah, it's an ABC game.
Yeah.
So I think kickoff is like 3 or 2:45 or something 2:45 or something like that. Probably. So we're going to see.
So Bama, they're at Tennessee, home against Missouri, home against LSU.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes a difference.
Yep.
Mercer, who cares where you play that game at?
Correct.
You're at Oklahoma.
No, you're at LSU.
Are you?
You're at LSU. Yeah.
Oh,
Alabama.
That makes a difference. Is that a night game?
Doesn't know. They don't know. They haven't announced that yet, so we don't know.
Night games at LSU's tough.
I think it depends on if Alabama beats Tennessee. Then you'll see. Or it depends on what A&M does.
So you're at LSU. You're at Tennessee, at LSU, at Oklahoma.
That's right.
You get Auburn at home.
That's right. That's
Man,
tough.
the way the SEC is just beating up on each other.
But I love it. I'm loving that because
great games.
Every game matters now, right? I mean, so you've got so many SEC games in your schedules. It makes a difference because each week could really get you. So I love it. I think it's pretty cool. Not to have these, what was it called, divisions?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm thankful.
East-West.
Yeah, I like this.
Steve Smith's playing in that now. He's playing in the SEC West. God, that's a tough region.
Tough. We'll talk to him.
Yeah, we'll talk to him. How about your pick for the game?
Look, Alabama has got to get their crap together. I don't, and I say that as an Alabama fan. I think they can pull these things out. A win's a win. A win's a win, right?
Sure.
So I mean, if you can shake these things together, understand style points, and everybody wants to. If you're an Alabama fan, I made a statement last night. If you're an Alabama fan, if you don't win by 21, you barely won, and you barely won the game.
Been spoiled, huh?
Right? We've been spoiled, and all these other teams, look, man, they pull out a victory. They're so excited it doesn't make any difference. They win the game. Alabama, it's like if you barely win against a team you're supposed to dominate, or you lose against a team that you're supposed to historically dominate, the end of the world is coming. And we've heard these idiots on these stupid shows that we listen to calling for firing the defensive coach, firing defensive line coach, firing your secondary coach, firing your head coach. All of these different things. Look, I think Alabama wins. I think they win by a touchdown and a half. So
okay, 10 points.
Yeah, I think 10 points, and I think it's decided in the fourth quarter. I really do. I think
it's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a great game. Yep. What do you think? I think Jalen Milroe is the difference in this game. I think he's going to use his legs unlike any other game that he's used this year.
I think that if Tennessee can get on the board early, put pressure on the defense, and let that crowd get into the game, it's going to be a barn burner of a game. My brother is a Tennessee fan.
Is he really?
Yes. Yeah.
But he's in Asheville, North Carolina, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's
pretty close.
Is it close to Knoxville?
Yeah. Nothing's close to Knoxville.
Gallenberg is.
That's about it. So, on behalf of Kurt, give me the Vols.
Brother Kurt, what do you think the score is?
It'll be high scoring. 42-38.
Oh, okay.
42-38.
Okay. So you just kind of
Picking Rocky Top.
You kind of.
I'm picking Neyland.
Picking Neyland.
I'm picking Neyland. I won't be able to watch that game.
I want to. Where's game day this week?
That could be. I haven't heard.
I know they were at Alabama before, but this is at Tennessee. So.
Is that the biggest game of the day?
I don't know.
What's the biggest? Where's game day? I'll be watching Notre Dame and Georgia Tech at 2:30. So you have to give me the highlights.
Let's
after
see. Let's see.
Probably
game day this week.
Yeah, probably so. Let's see. I'm not seeing another. Oh, Texas, Georgia. Never mind.
Oh, that's the biggest game.
Yeah, Texas, Georgia. Sorry about that.
Yeah, but because they've got a dude's going to be the picker this week, McConaughey or whatever.
So that's a great game, man.
Yeah, what time is that game? That's going to be the primetime game.
That'll be at 6:30. Yeah, that'll be a 6:30 night game. So I'm thankful we'll get to watch that one. Who you picking in the Auburn game?
Well, my father-in-law will be watching, or my stepdad will be watching. So I'm gonna pick Auburn.
Okay,
I'm gonna pick Auburn. No rhyme or reason, but I'll pick Auburn because I think they need it worse.
So give me, again, we went over some other games. Give me the upset of the week. I gave you two last week. They both hit.
Okay.
And use them against me on the board.
Come on.
Austin, yeah, SEC Nations at Bama. Thank you, Danny.
Oh, okay.
That's still great. That's a great show, too.
Yeah, that's okay.
Minus Feinbaum. So what's your two upsets this week?
Hey, let me get those games that are on our board real quick.
Brett Tyler Smith. He cracks me up. Hey, you got any discount for tattoos? You got some availabilities?
What you get,
Brett?
Jerry? What you gonna get?
I get nothing. I'm trying to get him business though to our fan base.
All right, so here's the games for this week.
It's your upsets.
I got spanked on the Troy, South Florida game. Let's see.
Or South Alabama.
Whatever. South Alabama. I said Florida. That's okay. Who cares? Nobody was watching anyway.
Tuesday night game? What in the world?
Yeah.
There was Wednesday night games last night that no one watched. We got two Thursday night games. Boston College at VT.
Texas beats Georgia. I don't know if that's really upset. What is the line on that game?
Why you asking me that kind of stuff? Like
because
I'm supposed to know what the
you don't bet or anything. I was just saying
what the line is. Like I'm supposed to know that.
You
kind
don't
of
look
crap.
at that kind of stuff. I mean,
how would I? Why would I? Texas favored by 5.
Texas, yeah, that's not an upset.
It's not
an upset.
Keep the same game. Pick Georgia.
No, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that.
Upset. What's an up?
I don't know. Maybe Georgia Tech beats Notre Dame.
He's doing Blake Hudson and Jamie Grant portraits all day long.
Oh my gosh, Blake Hudson?
Is that Fat Blake or Skinny Blake? It takes a lot longer to do Fat Blake.
Is he medium Blake right now, or is he skinny?
I think he's found his sweet spot.
He's hanging in there.
Yeah.
Is he coaching?
Moving on. Upsets, Jeff. Are you picking Georgia Tech?
I think Georgia Tech. I'm gonna pick. I don't have two. I'm gonna pick Georgia Tech beats Notre Dame by a field goal.
Okay. Notre Dame's favored by 11.
They're gonna beat them by a field goal. That's a huge upset. I'll never pick Virginia.
You should.
I know I should, but I will never pick them. And I think I did, didn't I? No, I didn't. Yeah, I could do that. Are you going to pick them? Are you going to change your pick?
To what?
To Clemson.
Bald mustache Blake.
Bald mustache Blake.
Standing on a weight scale. Eating a sandwich. You know what that'd be great.
Skinny leg. Big leg.
There's no way you can pick Clemson.
Nah.
I mean, that's Virginia is not going to beat Clemson.
Who's another game that an
upset game?
Tennessee is +3, so Alabama's favored. You think, and you picked the upset.
I picked the upset. Yeah.
Does in Oklahoma, South Carolina? What's that game? That's not really a game. Well,
no, I think
Illinois, Michigan. Illinois, Michigan. Michigan's favored by what? 11, 12?
Something like that.
Illinois, maybe.
I picked Illinois.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go.
But that was my hatred for Michigan.
You just don't. You'll never pick Michigan. I don't. You pick Michigan against Alabama though, in a championship. You did.
Probably.
Yep, and you said.
But I was upset about it.
Your word was, or your phrase was, I just threw up in my mouth.
What about Florida, Kentucky?
Florida desperately needs to win.
They do.
Because if not, you're going to have he'll be fired this week if he loses. You don't think so? You're going to give him the rest of the year? Mm-hmm. Then he's fired.
It's trash already. The rest of the season's already trash.
It don't make any
Kentucky's
sense.
favored, by the way.
They're still losing.
By a point and a half.
Florida's still going to lose. I hate it. Sorry, Ken. Sorry, Faye. They're a train wreck. What has happened?
What big
I don't see
upset?
it.
What big upset?
You're going to pick Texas over Georgia? Did you? Let
Yes.
me look at your.
I did.
You did.
Mm-hmm. Of course, those are subject to change, but yes.
Yeah, you did.
What are you guys picking out there? Arkansas over LSU, and sorry, Jerry, I can see Tech beat. Look, hey, Daniel, I can see Notre Dame losing to anyone. That's who they are, right? I can see them beating anyone. They really have a tough time after a big game, the letdown. Mm-hmm. And that's been that way for a long time, the big game and the letdown. They played very well last week. Georgia Tech's got a good squad. They can actually throw the ball, but not so fast, my friend.
Here we go.
Irish all day.
Well, when you're a lifer, it's just like you told me years ago when we started doing this board thing. You said, "Hey, man, a true fan never picks against his team."
I don't.
And I've never done it, and you've never done it, because I told you one day I was debating on picking against Alabama, and you said you can't do it, and so you'll never pick against Notre Dame.
Well, it depends on if I could pick against them if the competition is close enough where I could lose, right? Like if this game could depend on me winning or losing.
So you're saying you could throw your team under the bus
for glory myself? Absolutely. Remember, it's the new Jerry, right? I'm tired of doing stuff.
This is the year
else.
of Jerry. You
well,
could be the year of George. This is the year of Jerry.
I'm saying it's there's changes coming.
I love it.
It's in the air.
The year of Jerry.
Hope y'all get on board or get off the track.
So let me tell you what my grandbaby did yesterday, or at this wedding. This is hilarious. I know it's a football show. So she's 3, right? Fixing to be 3.
Almost.
So she's almost 3. She's in just a couple months. So here's what she did. She's at a wedding, and they go upstairs to where all the girls are in the room before the wedding. And she's excited. She's 2 years old, and everybody's laughing. And in the middle of all these girls, she stops and she goes, "Something's coming." And all the girls freaking like, "Oh my God,
what's she see?"
And the next thing you know, she lets out the biggest poop. They all, because Bailey's like, her eyes get real big. What's happening? And just rap. And her Aunt Rachel said, her comedic timing is impeccable. So I never was more proud than I was at that point.
Jeffrey.
Something's coming.
It's Steve Smith. Hey, you guys don't forget to get out to Atala. It's Heritage Day. It's a great event. Come out, celebrate.
You better get there right when it opens.
That's me. I'll be there early. Listen to Micah play.
Yep.
I got to get back and watch the football.
That's why.
But I will be there. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And interesting news, by the way. I got a message from the football coach at West End. And Nat, we will be broadcasting inside.
Oh.
Yeah. He sent me a nice picture. We're going to be in the end zone.
Okay.
But we're going to be facing the scoreboard, and we'll be up. Yeah, it'd be nice.
How are you going to get – where's the booth?
It's over the press box. I mean, it's over the ticket booth.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll be inside nice. From the element. So thank you, Coach Harris, for taking care of us, man. It was very nice.
Yeah. You always spoke real nice of him.
Hey, what about this game, Jeff? We're in with this one.
Okay.
Big game. Tonight. Boston College at VT.
I got VT.
You taking penicillin for that?
Yep. If that was the case, you're SOL.
I'm allergic. I too am picking VT.
Yeah.
Well, you see my picks.
I ain't looking.
He was looking. He always looks to see what everybody else picks, like Blake does.
That is not true. I look to see what you pick.
Then he changes one or two.
That's all. That is what I do because look, I got to keep my options open. Right? We tied last week. Right?
No, you won.
I won, but that put me
By one. Now you're back 4 or 5.
yeah.
Right there.
So that gained me, got me a little momentum right there. So I always got to pick one or two different. But why would I not look at the guy that wins the boards all the time?
How about I had heard nothing from Bill.
He threw his picks in here, didn't he?
He did. But I've texted him.
He snuck into church last Wednesday night. Came on in
after offering.
No, we took up offering at the end.
He always gets here. He's gonna come in. Bill. No matter what he's doing, he's gonna come. But he ain't gonna text me because he's not my friend.
Bill, you better. I texted him yesterday. I asked him if he was alive. I said, "You did?"
I texted him that he answered this morning.
Well, he left this morning. I think 2:30. Went to Memphis.
Make sure
he is alive.
Something's coming.